Lesson 2, there is purpose to life. Why we are here on this earth, on this planet, is very confusing. It makes no sense why we're alive if you think about it. We're really just a speck of dust on a pale blue dot in the vastness of this universe that we're in. This is Lake Michigan from the outer atmosphere. We're right there in Chicago. This is the Earth from space. You can barely see this, but this is the pale blue dot. Inspired Carl Sagan to write a lot about it, and there we are. 2004, Hubble Space Telescope took this picture of over 10,000 galaxies. Right there, that little speck contains 8 planets. It's hard to keep things in perspective sometimes. We all have these strange instincts. We have secrets. We have tragedy in our lives. A good friend of mine, on March 8th this past year, Eve Carson, president of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, was killed. She's a good friend of mine. She was the co-chair of Nourish International, the social entrepreneurship group on campus. We all have loss. We have tragedy. We have secrets. It's difficult to keep things in perspective. There's meaning. It makes us ask, is there meaning to this thing that we're living through? Life is short. We all know that in the grand scheme of things, but we have time. We have time to make an impact, to create change within our lives. So in my opinion, the purpose of our lives is, number 1, to be happy, and number 2, to help others. But keep in mind that happiness is first, because if you're not happy, it's very difficult to make a difference and to actually help others. So associate with constructive vibrations, positive energy, positive people, positive thoughts. Associate with mentors. Who here has a mentor? Someone in their life they would consider a mentor other than a close relative. Okay? That's about 10% of you. Every single one of you in the next 6 months should find a mentor, someone who has achieved what you want to accomplish. Ask them to lunch. I bet you 75% of them will say yes. Send them an email, give them a call. It might take a couple weeks, but they will say yes. And have a positive mental attitude. Pay for their lunch. Because it's you who determines how you interpret the events, the crap, the bad things that happen in everyday life. You're the only one that can create your story. Lesson 3. It takes at least 5 years from when you start. You heard earlier some speakers at lunch talk about 5 to 7 years. That's about how long it takes. You got to dedicate, sacrifice for 5 to 7 years to be able to give yourself the freedom in life as an entrepreneur or a social entrepreneur. It takes at least 5 years to break through once you're in the game. And the first 3 years are the most challenging years of your life. So get in the game today. Don't wait until you're 40 and you've got a mortgage and 2.3 kids and a white picket fence and a minivan. Start today. Start today. Learn how to sell something to somebody. Sell yourself. Sell your product. Sell your company. Take leadership positions in CEO at your university, in organizations within your community. Get an internship at an entrepreneurial company. Don't sit on the sidelines of your life. Do not sit on the sidelines in your life. So I've got a question for you. Are you in the game today? And answer honestly. Are you currently actively pursuing your passion every week of your life? Not too many people. Align your values. Hold on. There are a few people that are. This great speaker yesterday, align your values with what you do every single day. And when you do that, you will achieve so much more. It will be more meaningful to you. Now, a second question. If you're not in the game today, do you want to get in the game? Do you want to start pursuing your passion every single day? It's a rhetorical question, but I think everybody should start aligning what they love with what they do and figure out how to make money, providing a service that helps others, that gives you benefit and pleasure. So start your 5 years of paying your dues now, not later. I started when I was 11, really started when I was 18. Because of that, at 24, we've got a company with 130 employees that's probably worth about $100 million. That's something that doesn't happen unless you focus on your passion and you pursue what you love to do. There's no better time in human history to start a company. Recessions are the best time to start companies. I know because I started one in 2002, right after a recession, right after the dot-com crash. Labor costs are lower. There are fewer competitors, and things can only get better from here. There's no better time in your life. As I said, wait 10 years, you'll have a lot more expenses in your life. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 mortgages, kids, spouses, people you have to take care of that count on you. You are free for the most part, most of you are today, to go out and take risks and fail and to learn. Get out of your comfort zones just a little bit. Take action. 6 years ago on November 3rd, 2002, I was sitting in those very seats. I was 18 years old, and I decided then to get in this game, this great game of business. After hearing an inspiring speech from the co-founder and CEO of Monster.com, it inspired me to get off my butt and do something. 7 days ago, on November 1st, my company iContact got to $25 million in all-time sales. It's a lot of money. And we're going to do another $25 million in the next 12 months because we've built systems and processes. We've hired and surrounded ourselves with smart people. We built a board of directors that has done this before, that is mentoring 2 young founders and building a great company. It took us 3 years to get to 1 million. And in the last 2 years, we've been able to figure out our unit economics, raise some venture capital, get some great people on our board, and go from 1 million to over $25 million in annual sales. As you've heard, from good to great, build up to breakthrough. Jim Collins, great concept, and that in fact is build up to breakthrough. The 3 years are so difficult. Start now. Start now and surround yourself with great people and great mentors along the way. Henry Ford once said, whether you believe you can or you cannot, you are right. That's something Michael Simmons, my good friend, said earlier, and I think it's critical. Whether you believe you can or you cannot, you are right. Lesson 4, whatever you believe, you will achieve. I have a pretty good idea of what most of you are going through right now, especially if you're balancing school and starting a business, or trying to start a social entrepreneurial venture, or get involved at a leadership level of your college and university at the same time. I know what it's like. I've been there. It's hard. It's lonely. Few people believe in you. Your parents don't believe in you. They probably doubt you. When I took time off from UNC to start iContact, my dad wrote me a letter and said, don't take time off from UNC. If you take time off, you may never come back and get your bachelor's degree, and you're never going to be able to get a job. And now my dad's very happy that I pay his health insurance bill every month. In all seriousness, 5, 6 years later. Today's society is different. We need to create jobs, not take jobs. It's okay for the first few years to get into the business and to learn something. But once you can, when you have an idea, when you have a partner, when you found something unique, when you've figured out how to provide value, start your company. You have to give up doing some things. You need some balance, but you should love and be happy. You should let exams and work stress you out. Relax. Even though life seems short at the end, right now it's a long-term game you've got to play. It doesn't matter where you're at when you're 25. It matters where you're at when you're 55 and 65. You've got to focus and persevere and end any negative associations in your life and visualize. So take a moment. Close your eyes. Think for about 30 seconds here. Take a big, deep breath and let it out. Keep your eyes closed. Now envision what you want to accomplish in your life. You're on your deathbed. Your friend, your best friend, is giving your eulogy tomorrow. What are they going to say about you? What do you see? What have you accomplished? What difference have you made? Because one day you will no longer be here on this earth, and in your place you will have left something. Will it be sustainable? Is it going to make a difference? Ask yourself, what will that something be? How will you be remembered? What will you create that will continue on after you're gone? What will be your legacy? Think about it for about 5 more seconds.